Think about that song, praise the Lord forever and forever and forever and forever. You know, we're praising him for everything that he is to us in our life. And one of the things that I wanted to kind of touch on today, it was a thought that the Lord gave me, and I've really been having a hard time getting it out there, but we're going to try it again. It's in Zechariah chapter 11. We're going to read that whole chapter. It sounds like a very long, lengthy verse, but it's not. It says, "Open thy doors, O Lebanon, that the fire may devour the cedars. Howl, fir tree, for the cedar is fallen, because the mighty is spoiled. Howl, O ye oaks of Bashan, for the forest of the vintage is come down. There is a voice of the howling of the shepherds, for their glory is spoiled. A voice of the roaring is young lions, for the pride of Jordan is spoiled. Thus saith the Lord my God, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them, and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. For I will no more pity the inhabitants of the land, saith the Lord. But lo, I will deliver the men, every one into his neighbor's hand, and into the hand of his king, and they shall smite the land, and out of their hand I will not deliver them. And I will feed the flock of slaughter, even you, O poor of the flock. And I took unto me 2 staves, the one I called Beauty, the other one I called Bands, and I fed the flock. 3 shepherds also I cut off in 1 month, and my soul loathed them, and their soul also abhorred me." This is Zechariah, prophet of the Lord. They're abhorring him. They do not like him. They do not like what's being said and what the Lord's saying. "Then said I will not feed you. That dieth, let it die. And that is to be cut off, let it be cut off. And let the rest eat every one the flesh of another. And I took my staff, even Beauty, and cut it asunder, that I might break my covenant, which I had made with all the people. And it was broken in that day, and so the poor of the flock that waited upon me knew that it was the word of the Lord. And I said unto them, If ye think good, give me my price, and if not, forbear. So they weighed for my price 30 pieces of silver." I thought that was kind of astonishing. Jesus was also sold for 30 pieces of silver. "And the Lord said unto me, Cast it unto the potter, a goodly price that I was prized at of them. And I took the 30 pieces of silver and cast them to the potter in the house of the Lord. Then I cut asunder mine other staff, even Bands, that I might break the brotherhood between Judah and Israel. And the Lord said unto me, Take unto thee yet the instruments of a foolish shepherd. For lo, I will raise up a shepherd in the land, which shall not visit those that be cut off, neither shall seek the young one, nor heal that is broken, nor feed that standeth still, but he shall eat the flesh of the fat, and tear their claws in pieces. Woe to the idle shepherd that leaveth the flock! The sword shall be upon his arm, and upon his right eye. His arm shall be clean dried up, and his right eye shall be utterly darkened." As I begin to think about the job of a pastor, and I am no pastor and desire not that position, but I will tell you it's a very difficult job. It's not one that should be taken easily and lightly. A lot of people will get into these positions because they think, oh, I want to be up front. I want people to listen to me. I have a captive audience. I'll have a nice home, a nice car. My family will have beautiful clothes to wear, and we're just going to shine like the stars. Well, that's not the reason to shine. Actually, the job of a pastor is very wearisome, very toilsome. It takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of wear and tear on the body and a lot of wear and tear on the family. And as I was thinking about that, and I thought, when it was talking about the idle shepherd and the foolish shepherd, 2 shepherds that we really don't need in today's world, especially in today's time, but we do have them. We have the ones that just sit idly by and do not care about the flock. They just want their paycheck, or they just want to be recognized, or they want their glory. But you know, I was thinking back when that position first got kind of established in talking about pastors, and you know, it goes back to where Jesus was talking to Peter, and I'm going to paraphrase this, but I can just imagine, I have a very vivid imagination, so I can imagine how this conversation was going, because at times, I am a little bit like Peter. I'm very passionate, I'm very, I'm just very impulsive, I'm an extremist. So I can totally relate to the way Peter was relating. So the conversation went something like this. You know, Jesus and Peter's talking. They're having a dialogue. And so Jesus looks at Peter and he goes, Peter, do you love me? Peter said, yes, Lord. First he's thinking, yes, I love you. You know, lots of times we'll ask people, do you love me? Not an odd question. Okay, yes, I love you, Lord. Okay, then he looks at Peter again. He goes, Peter, yes? Do you love me? Yes, Lord. I just told you that I loved you. You asked me again. I love you. Third time. Peter, yes, Lord. Do you love me? Lord, you know all things. You know my heart. You know I love you. Why do you keep asking me? And the Lord said, feed my sheep. He didn't say dictate. He didn't say lord over them. As a matter of fact, there's a verse that says, woe unto them that lord over my people. I think is how it goes. But in other words, you don't lord over God's people. You feed them. You feed them what they need to make it in this day and hour. It's a dangerous day and hour, a crucial day and hour that we're living in. And we have got to have the fivefold ministry in operation. We've got to have evangelists, teachers. We've got to have pastors. We've got to have people that are down on their face and they're getting a hold of God. Where are the people? Where is the cry from the heart of God's people? And that's the day and hour that we're in. And I think about the Lord and I can just see him as he was setting up on the mountain and as he looked down and he was crying over Jerusalem. And he was going, oh, Jerusalem, have we cried over our city? Do we even care what's going on in our city? Do we care that when we walk down the street that we're meeting people that need God? Or do we even care that we're meeting people that are from all walks of life? And it don't matter where a person's been. I don't care about your past. Your past may be the most hideous, sinful past that ever could be thought of. But I think about sometimes we have got to change because we put sins, we level the sins. We're like level 1, we'll put lying and cheating over there. Level 2, we're in level 2, we're going to put that you cause some confusion and division among God's people. In level 10 over here, we're going to put homosexuality. In level 9, we're going to put adultery. In level 8, we're going to put abortion. You know, we level all these things, but you know what? From level 1 to level 10, it's all sin. It's all sin. God feels the same way about it. There are things that is an abomination to him, and it's not just one thing, it's several things. And one of the things that the Bible lists as an abomination to him is those that sow discord among the brethren. God help us. I tell you, I don't know how to reach people. I think about myself sometimes when I come in here. You know, I'm nobody, but I thought about Jonathan Edwards. He was somebody that would go out. History records him as somebody that would just go into the nature, to forest, and you know, there was nobody there. It was just him talking to the trees and the birds, and he would get a pastorship job. He would go to pastor, and they would kick him out. They didn't like what he had to say. And he said, you know what? I don't care. I don't care what the people think. I have been called to teach a message and to preach a message, and if I have to just preach it to the trees, I'm going to preach it to the trees. And today, my soul is stirred by so many things. And I get upset with myself because I feel like, dear God, I say things I shouldn't say. I do things sometimes I shouldn't do. But God, you know my heart. I really want to be where you want me to be. And I really want to be used by you. And I could go back and I could name you my past. It's not pretty. It's not beautiful. There are things I have done in my life that left me scarred. They left me tainted, and they left me almost bitter. But let me tell you something. God can take that broken heart, that tainted heart, and he can turn you around, and he can make you something beautiful. He can make you a beautiful work of art, a masterpiece that when people look at, they're like, you know, that is the most beautiful person I have ever seen in my life. And you know what? It's not about this outward beauty. Oh, if that was all it was about, I'd be in a poor, horrible shape. But I tell you, the beauty that God gives us, we don't want it broken. We want to just keep going deeper and deeper and deeper in the Lord. And God help us. I'm so thankful that I live so close to this church. You don't know the times I come in here. And it just feels good to be here. And it just feels good to just be able to raise my hands and say, Lord, you are my God. And I'm so thankful that I'm in your sanctuary, in your house that was dedicated for you. And there's so many times that I think about, different people in their walk with God. And I talk to them and they're like, Linda, I'm just discouraged. I don't know if I can go on another day. Or the world's pulling at me again. And I just might fall. I just might have to go back. No. I refuse to let you go. I refuse. You may do it. But it won't be because that I didn't try to encourage you and because I didn't call your name in prayer in this sanctuary. I pray for my friends every day. I pray for my family every day. And this message is not to exalt me, because I promise you, I'm nothing. I promise you, I am the lowliest of people that you could meet. As Apostle Paul said, I am the chiefest of sinners. But he had a willing heart. And that's just all that I have today. I just have a willing heart that just wants to be used by God. I don't have time for foolishness anymore. I don't have time for fighting and bickering. And I made a statement today, and I thought, maybe I shouldn't have said that to my friend. Maybe I should just let them enjoy their music and who they like to listen to. But I don't have time for people that doesn't really want to exalt God, but chooses to exalt themselves. Because you see, I got caught up in a web like that one time in my lifetime. I got caught up in the web of being somebody that people knew my name. And it was good. Now people don't know my name. Yeah, I've come a long way from that. But people used to know my name. And I played music for a lot of things. But, that's been years ago. But, I thought I was something. I can't even tell you how my mindset was. But really, when I hit rock bottom, I hit rock bottom. And just being able to play a song didn't mean a whole lot when I was down there in rock bottom. What it helped me do, it helped me pull myself up in worship to God. And that's why I love to worship and sing. And that's why I share it with you. Not because I'm anything or the best singer you'll ever hear, because I guarantee you I'm not. There are many people that can outplay me and outsing me, and God bless them, I'm glad they're talented. But I love to feel my Lord. We're coming into a day and hour, and I wish I could impress this in your heart and in your mind, because if you don't get it, it's something that I've had to get. I've had to try to understand this. We're moving into the end of the end times. We've been kind of here in the middle for a while. Now we're getting over here. We're moving there swiftly. It's moving so fast till sometimes it's hard for us to even realize that we're moving that way. The government's crazy. It don't matter. I don't care what your political beliefs are. I don't care. It's all messed up. There is nobody that is really thinking about the mind of God and trying to get the mind of God. It's because it's the stage and it's been set in motion and it's happening. It has to happen for God to come back. For God to do his work that he's got to do in the last days, all of these things have to be accomplished. So, if we do not come to the realization that the reason why, I heard a message preached probably 25 years ago, about 25, 26 years ago. And it said that as the coming of the Lord got closer, the evil spirits was being pressed down. And it was just pressing the earth. And it was pressing God's people. I didn't quite understand that message way back then because I was young. But as the years have rolled along, because you can't stop them from rolling,